And welcome back to ESPN's continuing live coverage of PBA action. This is the PBA Women's Series Women's Championship, and that is Michelle Feldman, who has just rolled 4 consecutive strikes. Has a 42-pin lead as Jody Wessner steps up for her effort in the 6th. The winner of today's Women's Series match will join Stephanie Nation, who won the first event on this tour, the Pepsi Viper Championship. We'll join them in the PBA Women's Series Showdown in a season-ending dedicated broadcast on ESPN, sponsored by the United States Bowling Congress. Again, this is the second of 7 PBA Women's Series events this season.
Boy, there's a real obvious difference in power when you watch Michelle Feldman's bowling ball hit the pins and you watch Jody's ball hit the pins. Now, Jody must play the lanes much straighter because she's got a lower rev rate. That last shot leaving the week 10, you saw deflection. And again, I still think that Mike Machuga was spot on. She needs to still move a little bit further right on that lane. And although it looked like she rolled that shot pretty well, it just looked a pinch fast. So, again, to get it up to the 1-3 pocket, a couple boards to the right, that same shot is going to find a home.
Wessner, a process expert for the phone system at Owens Corning. She takes vacation days for those Thursdays. Friday, she actually worked because she's not too far from home here. Worked about 4.5 hours, went home, and then drove out here. Got here at 4, bowled at 6 on Friday, made the show. Drove back home, arrived at 3 a.m. and told us she was very thankful for the flexibility that Owens Corning has showed her to allow her to get on the PBA Women's Series Tour.
And you know, it says in her bio that her biggest fear is bees and wasps.
Yeah, you two went on and on about that yesterday.
Michelle Feldman's biggest fear? Drowning.
Neither one of them, at least. Feldman leaves the 10. I don't want to get into your issue with bees and wasps and flies.
Hey, Rob, let's talk about this, okay?
Good.
She leaves a week 10 here, and Michelle Feldman, look out, has already missed a single pin spare.
Really?
That's the second 10 pin she's missed in this match. Michelle tells us that 31-time titleist Alita Sill drills all of her stuff and still coaches her. And that's the same coach that she's had since she came out on the ladies tour.
Don't do stupid things.
When she was 19. Same coach all this time, still drilling her equipment. And she's battle-tested, bowling all of those events on the women's tour. Let's see if she can get herself back into this match. Should I say, recover from the open frame, because she's well ahead in this match.
Feldman finished second to Stephanie Nation at the Pepsi Viper Championship a few weeks ago in Omaha, Nebraska, losing 225 to 200. That was on November 2nd. Feldman's game, much like the men's, pretty powerful. Gets that hook on it. And a mock celebration on the spare conversion.
You know, when I asked her, Michelle, you know, for the women audience that are watching you really hook that bowling ball, you know, what advice can you give the women watching that to get their bowling balls to hook more? She said, I don't know, I just do it.
Yeah, she doesn't even know how she does it. You know, people ask her, hey, I want to bowl like you, Michelle. You know, what's your advice? She's like, well, I'm not all that sure how I even bowl. And if Jody Wessner wants to get into this game, she needs to continue to try and follow your advice, which would be move right.
Never got far enough. Remember watching Mike Machuga where he played. Remember the couple of shots that he threw that hit the 1-2-3 board, just sucked right up to the pocket. I mean, you've got to have the experience behind you to look for that and to watch those matches and to give yourself an idea of where you're going to go.
Down 32. She can only max out at 193. Michelle Feldman can top it at 225. Feldman rolled 4 consecutive strikes beginning in the 3rd frame. Since then has gone open spare. But Jody Wessner had open frames in the 2nd and the 3rd and has rolled just 1 strike here in the title match. That looks good, though.
Well, she needs to strike out for 193, and then she would need to hope that Michelle Feldman ran into another open frame, but Michelle Feldman just fills frames in the 9th and 10th. She's going to be in the 200s, and she'll lock this match up.
Feldman became the first woman to fire a 300 game on national television. She did that against Carolyn Dorn Ballard, who's in attendance here today at the 97 Southern Virginia Open on the PWBA Tour, where she won 12 titles and was the 02 Player of the Year.
Uh-oh. This could be the one opening that Jody Wessner needs and has been looking for if Michelle Feldman fails to convert. 1-2, 8-10. How about that?
Massive pickup.
Now just any mark in the 10th frame with good count, and she will shut out Jody Wessner. We've seen that made a few times, huh?
Today.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about today. You not listening to me again?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
It's just selective hearing with you.
I understand.
So Feldman's 3rd spare of this title match. 4 strikes and 2 open frames. Needs mark and count for the win.
That's okay. A spare here.
Really got to pick a spare to win, huh?
And 5. Give her 194. Best Jody Wessner can shoot, 193.
Picks it up.
Fun to watch when she gets it going, boy. She can throw a lot of strikes, and she played to her strength this week. And she said, you know, when we went into match play, Randy, it was just the women bowling on one side of the house, and I could move in, and I had the whole inside part of the lane to myself.
Not 2 weeks in a row, no!
He's got it. That's how you close out a title. Michelle Feldman, runner-up in Omaha, wins it in Taylor. Wessner will roll out here in the 10th.
Never got a look on the right lane. Never moved far enough on the right lane. Sorry, Jody. I wish she could have thrown a couple of shots out there and got an idea of the friction that had been created. She'd have bowled a much better game.
Better not miss that.
$10,000 will go to Michelle Feldman for winning the Chameleon Championship here as part of the PBA Women's Series.
I'll go home and practice 10 pins. Obviously, I can't pick them ever.
Feldman will now join Stephanie Nation, who won the first event, the Pepsi Viper Championship in the PBA Women's Series Showdown. It's a season-ending show broadcast on ESPN and sponsored by the USBC. Now, both of them finished strong, but it was Feldman beginning strong to get the victory.
Not 2 weeks in a row.
199 to 173.
Not 2 weeks in a row, lose.
Michelle Feldman wins the women's title. Mike Machuga takes it on the men's side. Machuga dropping Bill O'Neill in the final, 209 to 204. Next week, we are back here at Taylor Lanes for the Ultimate Scoring Championship. We expect some serious high scores with that one. For Randy Peterson and our entire crew, I'm Rob Stone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.